Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 16 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Do want to apologize for the lack of videos the past couple of days. If you've been following E3 at all, you know that the reason why I actually wasn't around was because I was in Los Angeles for the Pokemon Go panel at E3 yesterday. It was really an incredible experience. Nintendo/Pokemon asked me to be part of it, and you know, my mind was kind of blown because the people up on that stage were some of the most amazing people in the gaming industry. Guys like Bill Trinan, Jay Witz, Ishihara, Masuda, and Miyamoto himself. So it was actually a really cool and crazy experience. Kind of one of those once in a lifetime opportunities, and I'll probably make a separate video talking about that. Unfortunately, I had to keep it a complete secret until I was actually up on stage, which is why I wasn't, you know, talking about it or anything like that. But it was really cool, and you know, one of the reasons why I was able to be up there, and one of the reasons why I was invited, was because you know, you guys just continue to support my content and support me. So thank you so much, and yeah, I'll probably talk a little bit more about it in a future video. But I'm back in New York and gonna get back on track with making more daily videos. I'm actually using a really fun team. This was a team featuring Mega Sceptile, as you can see. There are two Megas, so Sceptile and Rayquaza, and it was actually built by one of the top European players, Hibiki. Some of you guys who may have watched Road to Ranked in 2015 may remember that Hibiki actually built a Mega Alakazam team. So he's built some pretty fun teams with cool Mega Evolutions, and Mega Sceptile is actually a really interesting meta pick. It actually got top 8 at the most recent European National Championship. That team also, you know, one of those two Mega options, but Sceptile is actually a pretty cool answer against the dual primal teams that we see really often. So Hibiki actually runs his own YouTube channel. Please check it out. It's linked in the description below, and we're planning on doing a collaboration after I finish using his team on Road to Rank. So definitely go check him out. He does some really awesome content, especially with a lot of Japanese players, since he's able to speak Japanese. He's also qualified for Day 2 of Worlds, and you know, top cut. I forgot which European national it was, but definitely one of the strongest players in Europe, and you know, the fact that he's qualified for Day 2 says a lot. So thank you to him for the hookup for the team. I originally wanted to build a Mega Sceptile team, and I decided why not go to one of the first players to use it, and Hibiki was one of them who I know had been playing around with it. So should be a fun time, and you know, it's not exactly the best Mega Evolution, but I think it certainly has a niche role, and I haven't been able to feature it, nor have we really played against any, so I think it'll be a fun time. Finally going to get this episode kicked off with Renzo from the United States, and as always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. Would really appreciate it. Anyway, Renzo here is rocking a Groudon Evoltile team with a supporting cast of Thundurus, Salamence, Gengar, and Weavile, so kind of interesting here. The Gengar is a potential Mega Evolution, although, you know, could be Focus Sash as well. Though seeing Weavile and Gengar on the same team, you know, both of those Pokemon typically like Sash, as does Thundurus actually. So you gotta really ask what items everything has. Could very well be a Mega Gengar, could be a Life Orb Weavile, a Citrus Thundurus, etc. So let's see. This is actually my very first game with this team, so I'm not expecting too much. But you see Thundurus, that's not Thundurus, Zapdos, Scizor, Kyogre, Clefairy, Rayquaza, and Sceptiles. So I think Zapdos is really good. The main issue is the Weavile, and I don't really want to bring Scizor. So Clef might actually be a pretty reliable option for redirection. I don't think I really want the Sceptile here. If I remember correctly, it does have Dragon Pulse, which is kind of a neat answer, but I feel like going Mega Rayquaza is just better here. Like Clef, Zapdos, Kyogre, Rayquaza. I do have Speed Control immediately. And then, if I could get Speed Control going, Kyogre can just kind of spam Water Spouts. He doesn't have much to really stop that. So Clefairy, also another interesting Pokemon that really we've used a little bit. It was on Jamie's team that we featured earlier on, but still pretty underexplored Pokemon, and its ability is really good. So without further ado, let's finally get started with this episode. Gonna lead with Clefairy and Zapdos, as my opponent's gonna lead with Weavile and Gengar. I would probably say that the lead is in my opponent's advantage here, because you know, you can Sludge Bomb and Icicle Crash, so that's a little bit scary. I do think I have Double Protect here though. Although he could Faint, which would be a good play. Let's see. I actually kind of like the idea of protecting my Clefairy and switching out into Kyogre, because Weavile and Gengar are both obviously very fertile Pokemon, and they can't take Water types attack very well. So they might feel the pressure to switch into Groudon, and if that's the case, I can actually switch my Clefairy out into my Rayquaza, and the nice thing is this Rayquaza is actually carrying Focus Sash, so if my opponent tries to, get clever with an Icicle Crash prediction and switches out into Groudon, I could actually still pick up a double knockout here. So we'll see if my opponent reads into my Protect and my Switch in play here and goes for something like a Sludge Bomb onto the Zapdos slot. And it is actually going to be Mega Gengar, so that's pretty interesting to see. Kind of troubling, actually, because now my opponent can switch Weavile out into Groudon without me being able to do very much. So Clef's going to Protect. We do see the Fake Out onto the Zapdos slot. Okay. And it's a Life Orb Weavile. Get to confirm that. Sludge Bomb into Clefairy. Okay. So here, I think if you're my opponent, you want to withdraw the Weavile out into the Groudon. That's at least what I would do. You don't really have much answers for that. So I could just go for a Helping Hand play. Yeah, like Helping Hand Ice Beam. Yep, Weavile does switch out. Still doesn't really help my case too much. It is going to be Groudon, yeah. Pretty obvious switch in there. Should have considered the Mega Evolution on Gengar's end, to be quite honest. But, I don't know, I'm not really sure what other things I could have done better that first turn. And, yeah, I mean, Scizor's not a Pokemon I really want to bring against the Groudon team, especially because, it's a good answer against Xerneas, but my opponent obviously isn't bringing Xerneas here. So we might see a Sludge Bomb onto Kyogre. I'm fine with that since it's pretty bulky and I've got the Friend Guard, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it on Clef, yeah. Yeah, just picks up the knockout, it just thunks me. So, if I had a Water Spout off here, I'd probably just end the game, but obviously not the case. Here's an Ice Beam coming out, though. Nice, that does so much damage. It actually does just allow me to bring in Rayquaza now. So, that was a lot of damage onto Groudon. Pretty pleased about that. You do see I'm carrying Swords Dance, which is the other fun trick on this Rayquaza. I don't know how fast the Groudon is. Because I could Mega Evolve, or non-Mega Evolve, and Extreme Speed. Water Spout. Actually, let's not Mega Evolve, in case he wants to switch out to Protect. Okay, that's fine with me. He doesn't switch out here. Extreme Speed picks up the knockout. Maybe I should have Dragon Ascented there, but I think Kyogre's on the slower end. He's got Icy Wind, though. That's not fun. Although I think Water Spout should knock out Gengar here. Although, I actually think I might have lost this one because Weavile and the Yveltal put on too much pressure. It's actually going to be a really close finish, I think. So here's the Water Spout coming out. Should knock out Gengar? Yeah, okay, cool. Could have protected Rayquaza and Water Spouted. That might have honestly been the better play. Or Origin Pulse, but I didn't really want to risk the miss. And like I said, I didn't know how fast Groudon was. Wasn't sure on Gengar's fourth move. Or not fourth, we didn't see its full moveset, but not exactly a huge surprise. So we do see Yveltal and the Weavile coming out now. I think if I hit an Origin Pulse, I can still win this one. Although here, I guess you just fake out. Oh, you could feint actually, but you would want to fake out Kyogre. Like, your play is to fake out Kyogre, Sucker Punch Rayquaza, or just attack the Rayquaza slot. Though I do have Protect on Zapdos, that makes a difference as well. So if he doesn't fake out Kyogre here, he's going to lose, so I'm going to Origin Pulse. And might as well just Dragon Ascent, go for a Hail Mary play. Because if I knock out the Weavile, then Zapdos just wins the game. So let's see. Mega Evolving here, doesn't really mean much. Could potentially help my opponent if for some reason Rayquaza stays on the field, because then Zapdos' Thunderbolt isn't super effective, but nah. He does go for the Feint play, which I'm really glad to see, because if I connect with Origin Pulse here on Weavile, I think that should be game. Although he could go for something like a Snarl. No, he Sucker Punches. Okay. I should survive that. Yeah. Can we hit Origin Pulse? Okay. Should knock out Weavile. I'm really hoping it does. Nice. So Weavile goes down. That Sucker Punch did a lot of damage to Kyogre though, so... but I mean, it is 2-on-1 now. However, if you have Snarl, well, that could be interesting. So I'm actually just going to Thunderbolt, and... I think Ice Beam here. Yeah, he's going to knock off. But not going to be enough to knock out the Zapdos. Really close, though. Thunderbolt comes out, and that's going to be a knockout on Yveltal. That was a really intense game. I was honestly pretty scared there, but I was able to just put my Kyogre in a good position. That helped me hand Ice Beam, basically, was a big play, because it put the Groudon in KO range. Allowed me to pick up that double knockout. My opponent didn't make any protect plays either. Feels like one of the games where my opponent's team was just a little bit frail, like Gengar and Weavile, and I was able to capitalize off that. So, really nice to pick up a win with our very first game, my very first game with the team, so that was pretty fun. We're just going to look for our second game. I really want to bring Sceptile, but it's one of those Pokemon where I don't think you ever bring unless it's a dual primal matchup, as far as I'm aware of. The reason why it's pretty fun in the dual primal matchup is because I think you can 2-hit KO both Groudon and Kyogre, if I remember that correctly. And substitutes, you know, it's really, really speedy as well. Dragon Pulse can help out against Dragon types. So, really, really niche pick. I actually need to talk to Hibiki a little bit more to really understand when to bring that. But the Clef there was really awesome. That helping hand Ice Beam play, once again, you know, was a big deal. Having Zapdos in the back to deal with Yveltal is nice too, because Yveltal can't reliably one-hit KO Zapdos, and then Thunderbolt does so much damage. And you know, there are a few Pokemon in this format that can effectively hit really hard with electric type attacks. You know, we see so many Thunderuses, but Zapdos here is really nice because of the Tailwind option, and Tailwind's a big deal when you're using a bulkier Kyogre. So, yeah, that was a really, really great game, and a close one at that too. I mean, I think it really came down to does he, you know, make the right play by going for a fake out. Like, if you're my opponent there, I think you definitely want to just fake out Kyogre and Sucker Punch Rayquaza, or knock off actually, since you don't want the priority of extreme speed. But my opponent was probably like thinking, oh, he's probably going to protect the Kyogre here, so I can fully, you know, maybe just pull something off by eliminating Rayquaza, preventing that from doing anything. But, you know, in that position, you know, like Kyogre's a bigger threat, so... even if he did go for the fake out and the Sucker Punch, I still could have just protected Zapdos and Origin Pulsed. Although, seeing how much Sucker Punch did, I suppose my opponent could have knocked off and Sucker Punch. So it would have been a really, really tight finish there. But regardless, really good game there to my opponent. And we're just going to see who we can find for our second opponent of the day. Actually can't find anyone, so let's try again. And for those wondering, since I do have a little bit of time to talk about it, if you didn't get to catch the Eat-Through stream that I was on, I'll link it in the description below. They uploaded it to Nintendo's channel. Basically, it was me and Josh, J-Wits, asking the developers and, you know, the big Pokemon and Nintendo guys some questions about Pokemon Go. So I was able to actually get a developed version, a dev version of Pokemon Go. I've been playing it the last couple of weeks. We do find an opponent immediately, Jim Blaze, VGC. With the VGC, reference to Marcus there. Oh, cool, we do see the dual primals. Maybe I should bring Sceptile. Darn, how fast is Sceptile, Mega Sceptile, actually? I should check that. Because I think Sceptile is actually pretty good here. We do see the Groudon, Kyogre, Cresselia, Weavile, Gengar, and Solomon. So once again, the dual Mega Evolution potentially. We did see Mega Gengar in the last one. And I actually don't know my Mega Sceptile speed tiers at all, so I'm going to quickly double check that. This is definitely an interesting matchup. Once again, I don't think I'm really going to be bringing Scizor, which makes me sad because you guys know, if you follow me longer in VGC, Scizor is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. Having won Nats with it in 2012, and then winning a regionals with it in 2013, and then top 16 at US Nationals the year after. So yeah, let's see. Google is being a little bit annoying right now, but I think I want to bring Sceptile and Rayquaza. I mean, even if I lose, it'll be fun. Oh gosh, Sceptile was so fast. Wow, I actually had no idea. Okay. Well, knowing that it's that fast, Zapdos Kyogre is a pretty intriguing lead because I do have the option to switch into... But I want Clef too. Clef is so nice. Zapdos helps out so much against everything bar Weavile. No, I think I should have brought Clef. Oh well. Gonna bring Mega Sceptile though, so that should be fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not well versed in this matchup at all. I assume this team would have a pretty good matchup against the dual primal option, but I'm a noob, so see if we can just, learn as quickly as possible. So Zapdos Kyogre coming out. He's going to be leading with Salamence and Crest, which is actually maybe as ideal as possible. I can just HP Ice. The question is, do I want to predict a Groudon switch in? Because the Groudon switch in is so risky if you know I have Rayquaza on the back. So I don't think he's switching to Groudon here. But yeah, Zapdos is a really good answer against Mence. This is a frustrating thing, right? Like, if he does switch into Groudon, that'd be really bad for me if I don't switch into Rayquaza. I guess I could just Thunderbolt, Crest, and Ice Beam. That might be my safest play. Because it covers the Groudon switch in. Okay, he stays in. That's fine. Probably a Double Edge, Protector, or Tailwind. Or a Hyper Voice. Really fine with anything my opponent can go for here. Could have Tailwinded, but meh. Oh, it's just going to be a Double Edge coming out. Okay, that's cool. That's more than I really would have liked, but we'll be able to at least pick up a knockout and get some damage off against Crest. Icy Wind. Faster than Kyogre there. It's interesting to note. Seeing Icy Wind, I mean, he could have Trick Room as well. You know, we did see Conan run Icy Wind and Trick Room, and that Cresselia set became pretty popular after he posted his sets online. So I could have also protected HP Ice there, but really wanted to cover all my options. I'm not sure if that was honestly the best play on my end, since I took a lot of damage there with Kyogre, and Kyogre is important in eliminating Groudon, as we are going to see Groudon come in here. What do you do if you're my opponent? This is the bad thing. I don't have any switch-ins into anything. If you have Eruption, you definitely do that right now. Probably just Eruption Icy Wind, honestly. Kind of wish I Tailwinded, but the Trick Room option was definitely something my opponent could have had, so not something worth risking. If you Eruption Icy Wind, I kind of get screwed regardless. I don't want to give up Sceptile, though. Really don't. Okay, I'm definitely going to switch out Kyogre here. I'm going to go for the Hail Mary Tailwind. If I somehow get this off, then Kyogre just goes in and then Origin Pulses to town. Not expecting it, because, I mean, if he doesn't have Eruption here, that would be really good, because then I don't think he can actually knock out Zapdos. Oh, no, he's going to press his Blades, actually. That's even better. As the Crest is faster than Groudon. Great play. Unless he doesn't press his Blades for some reason. Yeah. But that's going to be a KO on Zapdos. Ouch. Good play. Oh. The issue is, my Kyogre is so darn slow. Unless somehow my Kyogre is faster than his Groudon, which would be great. Yeah, I should have expected Gravity Precipice Blades. Could bring a Sceptile, I guess. Crest Groudon is strong. Yeah, I took way too much damage with Kyogre turn 1, honestly. If you're my opponent, you probably protect your Groudon here and Icy Wind. So I could double protect. Yeah, let's double protect. Still not over, because let's say he does go for the protect play with Groudon, then I can double up into that slot next turn. Although I suppose you just switch out into Kyogre. I think I've lost this one, but I'm not going to give up yet. Yeah, I should have just expected Gravity Precipice Blades, although I'm not really sure what I could have done either. I think the main issue was I gave my opponent the free setup into getting in Groudon. That's why Groudon is so good. Like, even though I went up a Pokemon turn 1, Groudon just came in and put on pressure. So, gonna Mega Evolve here. Double Protect. See if Groudon protects. Nice play not to. So he doesn't protect there with Groudon. Just goes for the Precipice Blades. Now I assume you're gonna want to protect. Can I really pull anything off here? I mean, double up on Crest, but I don't really know how much that accomplished. I mean, I think if you're my opponent, you just go for the safe protect. So unless he somehow messes up here, I lose. Because Dragon Ascent Grass Knot doesn't knock out Crest. Oh wow, he didn't protect with Groudon though. This could be a big deal. Oh, that did so much. What? Okay, well, he still gets an Icy Wind off. I mean, if he misses Sceptile, I think I could actually just win. Huh. How slow is Sceptile now? Does this Kyogre outspeed? Yeah, I really need to know my Sceptile speed tiers. I think Sceptile might still be able to outspeed his Kyogre, though. Which could be a big deal. So now the question is, do you protect your Kyogre? I can't believe how much Grass Knot did to Groudon though. That's actually crazy. Now I can understand why Sceptile is viable. Holy shoot. Do I want a Grass Knot? I kind of want to just go in for the Grass Knot. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, but he protects. That's gonna be game then. I mean, I'm assuming he's Icy Winding. Yeah, that was kind of felt like a 50-50. Yeah. So I could just maybe sub. Sub doesn't accomplish much though if I'm expecting Kyogre to attack. So that's kind of a heartbreaker there. Origin Pulse does connect. That's good. Unless somehow Sceptile's still faster, but I doubt that at this point. Yeah. So I actually could have pulled that one off if I protect. I don't know how much Grass Knot does. I don't think it's 1-hit KO. I would laugh if Sceptile was still faster. No, Crest is going to get the Icy Wind off. So that's one of the weaknesses. It's 4 times weak ties. But I could have played that better too. I mean, if I just protected there with Sceptile in the end, I think I still outspeed Kyogre, which is a big deal. Sub could have been a good play too. But basically, I was expecting Kyogre to attack there because we saw my opponent play so aggressively earlier on. But perhaps my opponent learning from the mistakes there. Spout comes out, just knocks out Kyogre there. But that was a really fun game. One that I could have managed a little bit better. For example, like my Kyogre just took way too much damage in the beginning there. And then in the end, like if I made the right call by protecting with my Sceptile and then going for the Grass Knot the following turn, like it would come down to a double protect on my opponent's end, I think, since Sceptile should still be faster there. But that was a really, really cool game. And I'm learning a lot, like I said, as I go along with this team. So the mistake that last game was, it was pretty obvious my opponent wasn't going to make the risky switch into Groudon, so I should have just honestly maybe gone for like a Protect, Hidden Power Ice into Laments, because if Kyogre doesn't take damage there, then I just switch into Rayquaza and go for an Origin Pulse, or a Water Spout, and Groudon gets dunked on. Instead, Kyogre took way too much damage, so Groudon could threaten it, and that was the biggest issue, because if Kyogre remains healthy, then I eliminate Groudon, and then Sceptile has a field day against the Kyogre. But yeah, that Grass Knot still did a lot of damage, and I can definitely see how Sceptile is viable. You just have to play really safe with it because it takes a lot of damage, and moves like Icy Wind really stunted. So although you can't Thunder Wave it actually, which is pretty cool because of Lightning Rod. So definitely learning a lot. That was a really, really fun episode. We do pick up 1 win and a loss, but both games are really close. Shout out to Hibiki for the team. Check out his YouTube channel. It's in the description below. If you're curious about the Pokemon Go segment I did at E3, also check that out. Sorry I've been gone for the last couple of days, but it is really good to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed the daily content once again. And yeah, leave a like on the video like always if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, peace.